What is up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about the missing ingredient in your marketing strategy, why you're losing money, and how you can fix that. If this sounds intriguing to you, make sure that you watch till the end because I am dropping nothing but game for you here today. Let's get into it. If you want to make money on Instagram, there is a few fundamental things that you need to do. One isn't more important than the other. More so, you need both of them in order to truly maximize your profitability across the board. So a lot of people ask me, is it more important to focus on organic content or is it more important to focus on paid ads? The truth is, both of them are equally important. You can't really have one without the other. So if you're running strictly paid ads, then your paid traffic is going to suffer if you don't have organic content going out. Vice versa, if you're doing strictly organic content, your sales are going to suffer because you're not going to get as much of that targeted traffic. You can get a lot of organic traffic that's broad, but it's not targeted direct buyers. So what's more important? It's kind of like what came first, the chicken or the egg? So honestly, they are both equally important. If you're strictly a marketer, most marketing agencies, most people are going to tell you paid marketing is the fundamental, most important thing that you could track ROI to. And I agree. Really, you can strategically calculate how much money you're putting in to how much money you're taking out with paid ads, paid traffic on Instagram. With organic traffic, it's a little bit harder to calculate your ROI because the traffic is very broad and the sales aren't exactly calculated. It feels random, right? So the answer is you actually need both. At this level of my career, we have the Pod Place, a podcast studio, and we run a ton of paid traffic and we do a ton of organic traffic. And the reason that our sales are doing so well isn't just because we know how to structure an offer and how to run paid ads, but it's because we also post a lot of content every single day. I want to say on the low end, we post 3 to 5 times. On the high end, sometimes we post 8 to 10 times. And the reason why it's so important is think about your organic content as your nurturing campaign, right? And without the nurturing campaign, it makes it a lot harder for the paid traffic to convert. So if you're just running cold traffic to a random Instagram page with no content on it, it's hard for the trust factor, right? You really rely on the landing page to get across the trust factor. But if you have the organic traffic and you're posting a lot of content, that paid traffic then gets warmed up by your organic traffic. So now it's a little bit warmer by them consuming your content. They know what you do. They see that you're legit and that you're doing it often enough to post as much as you're posting. So now there's a little bit more trust on it. Then when they hit the landing page, now they have a higher trust by the time they get to that point. Obviously, your landing page is designed to build even more trust and drive them to the next action, where for us, it's direct to buy, right? Because it's a low enough ticket offer. But whether it's direct to buy or e-commerce or schedule a call for whatever your core offer is, the true fact remains that the organic traffic really helps compel the paid traffic. So if I had to start with one, it's hard to say because paid traffic is a luxury, right? It's going to cost you a lot of money to gather the data. Even on the low end, I would say if you're just getting started, even $20 a day, which is $600 roughly a month, it's still going to take you at least the $600 to gather the data to see where you're at with your conversions, like what people are like as far as the content, the offer, your landing page. All of that data is going to cost minimum $600 just to get. I wouldn't even expect to get a sale with that first $600. I would just expect to gather the data. So if you're not in a position to even spend that $600 for the data, then you got to think about spending the money for the content if you're not already making your own content, right? You got to think about your content production costs. If you're hiring a media buyer, the media buyer cost, and then again, the ad spend cost. So it's more of a luxury, right? If you're really focused on you need to get money now and you don't have that, let's call it $2,000 to invest on that startup cost, then I would just focus on organic content, getting that trust factor up, and then doing really belly to belly, cold calling, door knocking, any type of sales outside of paid sales to generate that revenue. And once you generate that revenue, you could use those resources and invest them in getting the data and doing all of those things. So if I were to start, I personally, again, I'm biased based on my own experience. I started with organic content. I started making content. I started developing relationships and building my personal brand I really highly value brand equity over, I think, like traditional marketers. All the marketers I know say paid ads, get your ROI, move on, and they rarely put the attention onto the organic brand building, organic traffic aspect of it. The secret sauce of it is I just bought this book from Burner, the cookies brand. Like if you've heard of cookies anywhere in the weed industry, when you build brand equity, it surpasses the ROI. The trust factor, it just compounds, right? So again, bias, I personally value the branding, organic content, and you hit it with the paid traffic, and it's like setting fire on gasoline. It's really insane. You can get ahead, like I said, with just straight paid traffic, but you're gonna have leakage in the trustability, leakage in the brand aspect, and you could really improve your ROI and your overall conversion rate by adding the organic content. So takeaways from this video: if you're just straight up running Instagram ads and you're missing the organic traffic, focus on growing that organic content, post regularly 3 to 5 times a day, and that's gonna dramatically improve your conversion rate on the paid traffic side. If you're running organic traffic strictly and not adding paid traffic to it, add the paid traffic side of things, get the data, start investing in that aspect of it, and it's gonna add fire to your organic content. So hopefully you got some value. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll get back to you guys. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.